Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for Wednesday, May 19th, 2021. I'm using just the traditional Rider-Waite, but I've trimmed the cards down. I tend to prefer Borderless in my old age. No limitations, right? We've got enough going on. Oh, I just heard to draw 5 cards. Okay. Interesting. Well, that kind of changes the theme. Okay. So, our theme is the 8 of Swords, right here, which to me is my own little self-created prison when I'm in it. You know, my own little thoughts and background noise, and can sometimes be a trap of my brain spinning in circles. And when that comes up, I'm reminded to take the blinders off. My feet aren't shackled. I can throw these this I don't know, whatever this is. It can be the chains of my brain. It can be the limitations of my body that doesn't perform like it did when it was younger. And I need to accept that. It's like, yeah, no, you can't go and pull all the weeds in your backyard in one day. You know, if you're going to do something, then lift something heavy around the house, yeah, you can get it done. Who's that old? I have no idea that guy's name. He was like a hillbilly kind of redneck or whatever that would just say, just get her done. Well, there will be a price to pay for that. So acceptance is key, right? I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. And my younger friends that view, they're like, okay, come on, whatever. We don't have to deal with this now, so let's not talk about it. But I just, have to say what it's like when it comes up for me. Other times, it can be when I'm in my limited viewpoint of not remembering that we live in an abundant, it's hard to say together, an abundant universe where there really aren't any limitations in our mind, and how that can open up and create brand new realms of possibilities. Because when we're tuned into that, that's where miracles happen. And that's especially true because we have the Star card here. So if I were to just bring these all together, it's kind of like our deepest inner conflicts with the 5 of Swords can often be just the imprisonment of our brain. But what's in between that is to open up to miracles that can happen, to have faith in the universe, to have, the happiness in the bright, bright, bright future. What we really need to do is to tap into, notice how she has 1 foot in the water, but she's kneeling on the earth, of course, for stability. And that the symbology here is that to know that we live in this web of abundance and beauty and love, and that if we can invest our passionate spiritual, fluids in nature into what is loving, into everything that is loving, we can heal. That's one of the key words with the Star card. It's about healing the past. Because she's flanked by the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, this would literally be healing the mind. That can be our deepest inner conflict. Now, sometimes this deepest inner conflict can be this need to win, the need to be right, and I'm speaking more to the 5 of Swords here. It can be the need to walk away from arguments. Otherwise, you're just going to be in a battle of somebody trying to have one up on you. And maybe you have this place in you where you need to have the last word. I remember going through that when in my 40s, my early 40s. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's kind of like, when some people will say, well, just saying. Yeah, we can just say it. I mean, yeah, but why do we need to, is the question. Why do we need to have that last word? And it's such a human thing. When we're in the swords, we're in the realm of swords, we're in the realm of thoughts and communication. And we just have to be careful. We have to be careful that we don't put ourselves further in this grip of restriction where we're going to have to then defend those words that we had to just say, right? But if you've done it and if you're doing it, please don't beat yourself up for it. It's more about the healing process, is more about, with the star, is about being aware, becoming aware of the patterns inside where we can self-sabotage with the Five of Swords and the Eight of Swords, where we can keep ourselves locked in our own little self-created prisons because we need to have the last word, we need to win, we need to be on top, and we're literally locked in the conflicts of duality, the winner versus loser, rather than creating win-win situations, or like these guys are here. They're just walking away. Yeah, you can have all the swords. Go ahead, you got it. And I mean, it even has kind of like a Donald Trump hairstyle, except for it doesn't really have it flipping forward in the front. But, this like, yeah, I got it. I'm the one. I win. Oh, whoa, whoa, whatever. Well, you don't have any loyal friends. They're walking away. No one wants to play with you anymore, dude. So, whether this is me or you or any of us or Donald Trump, it's a deep, deep inner conflict that will only keep you away from that happy, healing, miraculous place of moving through life with miracles and a bright future, and instead will keep us, spinning in circles or locked in our self-created prisons. So I think these other two cards are, with the Eight of Wands reversed and the Two of Wands reversed, I think that the message here is that when we're in these self-created prisons, we're spinning, and we're spinning in the need to win, the need to be above. We're in pride somehow. And the way to get out of the spin and out of the vicious circle of our deepest inner conflict is to slow down. With the Eight of Wands reversed, we're in the realm of needing to slow down. Let go of needing to have action happen. Let go of needing to have results. Let go of thinking you're missing an opportunity. Letting go of the need to have the last word, or to even have any word and not just, walk away. I mean, there's wisdom in these guys here just walking away. It's like, yeah, fine. Take the swords. I'm out of here. And that takes growth. It takes maturity to allow that to happen. So slowing down and going within, taking our spiritual essence. So there's a combination going on here with the star upright and the Eight of Wands reversed, I'm sensing, is that when we can take that passionate energy that wants to just shoot down into the ground, when we can take that and bring it back to our spiritual fluids, our spiritual center, we can align with all that is loving and all that is healing. So I think that's why we have the symbology here of the star card, like kneeling on the earth, like surrendering to, we can get into a very dualistic mindsets on earth, but the healing thing is to just let it go. Just let those false needs to be above and be in control. Just pour pour it into the river of life and let it go. Just let it go. And with this Two of Wands reversed, that would be sometimes feeling like there's, well, I think to tie it up here, actually, I think what's going on here is that sometimes when we're in this dualistic place of the Five of Swords, this place of wanting to win, needing to be right, needing to be in charge, that will come up when we are with this Two of Wands here, when we're feeling like we're not making any progress, or we're blaming someone else for ruining our plans. And sometimes when there's a fear of change that's happening, sometimes when we're feeling restlessness, when restlessness is coming up, fear of change is coming up, or a fear of loss. Sometimes it can be that there's a surprise that's about to break through. If we can just always go back to the Star card with the knowing that if we can have faith in the love in the universe to carry us through, we'll find the right direction and we will have a bright future full of happiness. If we go towards the happiness always, if we can slow down and go towards the happiness, the peaceful, joyful, loving place, that's where our real power lies. As the wands have to do with our power. So if there's a fear of losing our power in the slowing down and the letting go of the need to win, we will have all learned a very, very important gateway of evolution, which can be even bigger than the Star card, which is truly when you can learn how to manage your own power, then it turns into a very, very peaceful power that knows when to act and when to not. Because with the Five of Swords here, obviously, this energy is where there's that need to win. And so there is a power management issue, and it can be with words, actions, deeds. It can be all of that. It can even just be attitudes and thoughts, and attitudes are very powerful. So when we let go of needing to win, sometimes we can feel that we're stuck and we're not going anywhere, but actually we're choosing peace. Maybe on another level, the blindfold here has to do with stopping and going within and finding this place where we actually have healing. And we don't need to be a victim of other people's need to win over us. And we also don't need to be impulsive. With these cards here, it tells me that the lack of action can be the most generous thing to do, and it can be the place where you experience your own freedom, because you're no longer in fear. You can take the blindfold off. You can let go of any wraps around you, and get out of this spin. We are not victims of people who want to be controlling us. Once we walk away from that, and to do that, of course, it's an inside job. It's always an inside job. We always have to do the work within. And then when that happens, with the Two of Wands, it can turn into progress in one area that is the most important area to go to, rather than being an outer-oriented area. Because these wands are pointing to going inside in order to create the miracle and have the healing happen, or have going inside to have the healing happen, which will create the miracle. So it's about not being outer worldly. It's about being, bringing your life force back to the insides, back to your insides, where you have the star within that can be literally your guiding star. To help you navigate on those inner realms. Brings in an entirely new level of life experience that can be, you can watch and wait for the miracles to happen, or you can notice all the little miracles that are already happening. So, okay, well, that's it for today. Thanks, you guys, and take good care. Bye.